Hello everyone, so this book review is on Tessa Hadley's The Past, and this is a book I had been looking forward to. And the reason why I'm wearing my glasses is I wanted to really talk about why I found this book disappointing, and how sometimes when you look at the back text of a book and read what they're explaining the book is about, how you can suddenly enter the book with a lot of expectations and hopes, and how if that back text is wrong or misleading, how you can come away disappointed and frustrated even though the book itself may be very interesting. Okay, so Tessa Hadley's The Past follows a family, 3 sisters and 1 brother, all middle-aged, who bring themselves and elements of their family for 3 long hot summer weeks to their grandparents' old house in the British countryside. What The Past is, therefore, is an examination of family dynamics. Tessa Hadley's work, or Tessa Hadley's writing, has been often compared to Chekhov, in that, much like Chekhov, she examines relationships and dynamics within a family, where there are tensions, the disappointments, and all that family drama that goes with it. However, the thing is with Chekhov, is Chekhov's structure, his plot structures are of course incredible. Not only is there a great fluctuation in the emotional notes of his plot, so you have moments of high drama, tragedy, but also real humor. There are moments where it's tense and a crisis and very fast, and there are other moments where it's long, more languid, more reflective. None of that structure is reflected in The Past. And particularly with Chekhov, he also has very high stakes in his family dramas. Very high, both personal and financial, normally linked to the house or family property. Again, there are no stakes in The Past. And this combination of a sort of single note book and with there being no stakes, sort of no moments of humor, no moments of high drama, but also there being no stakes for any of the characters really in the book, make this a really tough read to really get engaged. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are very fond of Tessa Hadley, and indeed Zadie Smith has a quote on the cover saying that Tessa Hadley is one of the few readers that give me such consistent pleasure. And I do understand why people like Tessa Hadley. So these descriptions, these 350 pages of a family in the British countryside, have moments of really beautiful description. They have some nice observations, there's some lovely language. But one of the things that you'll notice if you read some of the reviews on Goodreads, or if you speak to people who've read it, is that a lot of people don't finish this book. The book is 350 pages long. For 300 pages, almost nothing happens. So for example, on the back of the text, I'll just give you an idea of what's coming in. 4 siblings meet up in their grandparents' house, but under the idyllic surface lie simmering tensions. And then they talk about how Roland has come with his new wife, but his 3 sisters don't like the new wife. Another one of the sisters has brought her children, and those children uncover an ugly secret in a ruined cottage in the woods. Right, I'm not going to ruin this secret for you, but it's nothing. I mean, it's nothing. You'd think from like the ugly secret in a ruined cottage, be like, oh, family secrets, dead body, something's going to be uncovered, everything's at stake, the whole family could fall apart, this could rupture the unity of the family. No, no. And then there's further later on, over the course of the holiday, a familiar way of life falls apart forever. Not true. I mean, it's not true. But it gives an impression of tension and stakes, that this whole family unit could be destroyed for good, that those are the stakes, these are the Chekhovian stakes that could be in this book. That's absolutely not what's at stake. It's a very languid examination of, say, quite an average Christmas lunch. You know, there's a couple of people you should keep separate, and they'll probably bicker if they have too much alcohol, those 2 over there, and the kids will annoy some other people because they're just really noisy, but obviously we just put them in the other room. I mean, it is that level of intrigue and drama, and that may be truthful, but that doesn't necessarily make for a really engaging book. If you like to read languid passages about summer breezes, walks in wood, and just people hanging up on the washing line and children playing outside, then you will get something from the past. And I have to say, Tessa is a great writer. There's some beautiful passages and phrasing and observations, but as a book that will grab you, that will have you rooting for some of the characters, this just isn't there. There are a few 5-star reviews on Goodreads, and you'll see elsewhere, and I do believe that is largely because of the last 50 pages. The last 50 pages in this book are excellent. They finally have some drama, and you sense a feeling of loss in some of the members, that something has finally been lost, but it takes just too long to get there. When I compare it to other family drama books, the most recent one I've read was Anne Enright's The Green Road, which I know is up on my blog, and that book has tension. There are stakes in The Green Road. You do sense that this family in The Green Road is teetering on the brink. There are people who've come together to the old family home in Ireland, and they don't want to be there, and something is going to give. And you don't feel that in the past. You don't feel like something is going to break, that this family is like porcelain, like fragile china. And that's really frustrating. So even though it hasn't put me off reading Tessa Hadley's other work, because I know she's a writer of great esteem, The Past is not going to be a book that I'm going to be recommending left, right and centre to everyone, sadly. Tessa Hadley's The Past.